think by now we must all have watched the Godmother's show that I shared on my page. And just that the show was done in Yoruba language. And of course, a lot of people who understand the language, we understand what many of those women were saying, and those who don't understand Yoruba can look for someone to interpret. We could see that from the beginning of that show till the end, the women who are calling in and that they have experienced all this molestation, not even molestation, you understand, from all these fake religious leaders. Many of them are going, or they are patronizing those religious leaders because of husband. The first woman that called in, or the first voice note that Godmother played, the woman said her husband fell sick, and so there is nobody apart from God. The next person in her life is her husband, and so she has tried all her best, and it was now her friend who took her, who introduced her to that fake religious leader, and the religious leader told her that if he sleep with her, that is when her husband will be fine. That's when her husband will be healed, you understand. And because of the frustration, the fact that she doesn't want her husband to die, she allowed the man. After she allowed the man to sleep with her, eventually the husband died, and she needed to now call back this person that this man he is now dead. He said it's because Aisanyeti Wolara, that the sickness has really entered his body and it has damaged his body, and that's why he died. Then another one called in and said that her mother, it was her mother who introduced her to a religious leader who was invited into their program from a particular state, and we could see how this man was making use of her for over 2 years. To the extent that even she said a time came that she said she's no more interested, that the man will still beat her, that the man slept with her to the extent that she had tears. You understand? Another one called in. I'm only interpreting this for people who don't understand Yoruba language, because that Godmother program was in Yoruba. Another one said she had 3 children for that man. That was when her eyes now open. Another woman said her husband had side chick, and so she wanted her husband's eyes to be taken away. She wants to remove the mind of her husband from that side chick, and so she was looking for a pastor or a religious leader, because they have told us not to mention pastor again, that we should be mentioning religious leader. No wahala. After all, the fake ones knows themselves. So that she now went to the pastor. That was what took her to that pastor. And so the pastor started taking advantage of her. Another one said her husband traveled out of the country and left her in Nigeria for so many years. The husband does not even remember home, and she was looking for a pastor who will help her to bring the mind of her husband back. And so that was what led her to that pastor, and the pastor started taking advantage of her. Another one said her husband left her for a side chick, and the pastor said she should not worry, the husband will come back. That eventually the husband does not come back. The pastor is only making use of her, taking advantage of her to the extent that she has to go and marry another man. The other one that is gone has gone for life, and so on and so forth. One even said there is one Afa that gave her kola nut, that she should be eating that kola nut as the Afa is sleeping with her, that the Afa spent almost 30 minutes on top of her, telling her to be praying inside kola nut. You see, when you don't know your God, you tend to serve God. You tend to serve gods that are lower than the Almighty. You understand me? I think women should be able to know that God is God, and what God will not do, I'm telling you, there is nobody, no Jupiter. Once it is your time to have something, God is going to give it to you. You need to understand the way God is relating with you as a person. You see, you don't need anybody. The moment Christ died, that the curtain in that temple has torn from top to bottom, all of us will now have access to God. And one thing that I deduced from that show is that from the beginning till the end, all the women that were calling in, that they have been victim of all these fake religious leaders, all those women had this problem of husband. One said she was being tormented by spirit husband. that it was the problem that took her to the pastor. She later had 3 children for that pastor, and at the end of the day, it is now the face of this pastor that the spirit husband is now making use of to come and sleep with her. A lot, many of us who understand Yoruba, we understand that show very well. All of them is either, some of them is looking for husband, some they are being disturbed by spirit husband, some their husband ran away, some the husband is having a side chick, so she wants the face of the husband to be shifted away from the side chick, etc. There is nobody that went to this fake religious leaders because of other issues of life. It has been husband. And hardly will you see a man falling victim of all those things, because it is you that will sit down, you put a man on top of your head. You see, the truth remains that once a man has seen another pussy somewhere that he is enjoying, there is no Jupiter that can take his face or his eyes away from that pussy, unless he is tired. If he's tired, or if he just felt that he wants to come back home, there is no pastor or no alpha or no religious leader that can take the eyes of any man who has seen a pussy that is enjoying it somewhere, unless his mind wants to leave that pussy. You understand me? You see, when you emancipate yourself from mental slavery, a lot of things will not be happening to you. I'm telling you. And if you are not destined to have or own something in this life, in fact, if you run from here till America, nothing will happen. You see, when we start facing reality, honestly, we won't have problem. If you are not destined to be married, you can never marry till Jesus come back. If you are not destined to have children, you can never be pregnant from morning till night. Miscarriage will not even happen to you, because that is your own destiny. It is not a curse. We are praying. You see, when you pray for something and it happened to you, it's because you have been destined for it. If you are not destined to have a wife, you will never marry. I'm telling you. But when you have come to a stage whereby you want to take things by force, even if God said you are going to have this thing, the problem that you might have introduced into your whole life, by the time you start having these things, you won't have good health to enjoy it. You understand? So if you look at that show now, because a lot of people, it is the beginning, the music of that prologue, the beginning music, that some people they will not fast forward that program to where these women were calling him. Imagine how that woman was crying, saying that even after this religious leader, after the man has slept with her, that the man said he will do work for her. That is work for her to be obtaining favor, to be seen mercy. That nobody has ever shown her mercy. No one has ever dashed her 50 naira since that time. Even though that the secret of the man has been let out and he doesn't have church again. But there are some. You see, I receive a lot of voice notes. In fact, I was telling a brother in the Lord yesterday, I said, see, my ear is almost blocked. Because a lot of voice notes that people send to me, when I read, I will say, no, this thing does not exist. It doesn't happen. At times, I freeze on my seat because a lot of people think that I am more than this. They don't know that it is the grace of God that is helping me. You understand? So they send me a lot of stories, things that you will never know that it exists. You understand? Those that know that their God shall be strong and they shall do exploits. Know your God. If there is anything you are seeking God, you are praying for God, continue to pray. If you are destined to have that thing, you will definitely have it. You understand me? So we need to sensitize ourselves. I spoke to a sister yesterday. I said we need to start telling people that anybody who is telling you to come and sleep with him, before anything, he's not even born again in the first place. He's not even a Christian in the first place. He's not even qualified to even be called a child of God, not to talk of being a pastor. You understand? So when you don't scrutinize, when you scrutinize, you critically examine people, their behaviors. Scripture says by their fruits we shall know them. The fruit, I don't want this video to be more than 10 minutes. The fruit that someone produces, is a determinant of who the person is. You understand? Once a man is telling you that he has to sleep with you before your husband will come, a husband that is enjoying side chicks somewhere. Òbò tí ọkùnrin bá ń rí òbò tuntun tó ń dó òbò tuntun lọ́wọ́, kò sí Júpítà kankan tó lè ṣí ojú ẹ̀ kúrò lára òbò yẹn. Tí ò bá dó òbò yẹn, kó mú tojú ẹ̀ kúrò ńbẹ̀. kò sí sí àáfàá kan, kò sí ètò kan tẹ́ ẹ lè fi ṣí ojú ọkùnrin kúrò lára òbò tó ń gbádùn lọ́wọ́. So ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn tó ní kán bá ń ṣí ojú ọkọ àwọn kúrò lára ọmọ lára girlfriend, pastor yẹn kúkú take wọn, ó wá ń take advantage of them. Go and watch that show. If you didn't understand Yoruba, call someone who can interpret so that you will learn as a woman. You see, all those things that you are falling into, you are falling prey. Hardly will you see men running up and down because they want to acquire a woman. Your husband left you here in Nigeria and travel. You don't know that what God has joined together, traveling out can put asunder. You don't know. The moment you come to a stage whereby one of you need to travel and you didn't work it out for you to go and join that person, just know that the separation has come. You understand? Let no man put asunder is what the scripture says, but you two have to now work together to make sure that it works. You understand? By the time you allow one of the couple to travel, separation has happened already. You don't need any pastor to do any work or any eto or any prayer for you to bring back the mind of a man who already has one pussy that is enjoying. You see, we have to learn. And that's why we are creating awareness. We are not bloggers. We are content creators. We create awareness. And when we create awareness like that, you know, we will spread it so that people will know. I'm telling you, whatever you're not destined to have, you can never have it till Jesus come back. Because many of these fake religious leaders now, they won't tell you this because they will not want to hurt you. But it's better you know that if you are not destined to marry, you will never marry. If you are not destined to have children, you will never have children. If you are not destined to be rich and wealthy, you will never get rich. You understand? Even if they do a ritual for you and you become rich, it has been in your destiny that you will be rich. You understand? Ìwà lọ́ba àwúre. Character is the chief of charm. You understand? Even if you do love charm, there is no love charm for a man apart from respect, honor, peace of mind. You understand? When you respect a man, when you honor him, you give him peace of mind, he wants to have you, you allow him, etc. You don't need any love charm. There is no love charm that can catch a man more than respect and honor. You understand me? So you've got to know that even if you do love charm and you didn't have good character, that love charm will not work for you as a woman. So you that you are saying you want a pastor to help you to do something to bring your husband's mind back to you. Why can't you check your character? You know, there are some women that if their husband should go out, the husband will never come back again. You understand me? Because there is nothing the man can miss in them. Those are the ones that used to look for love charm. Before you know it, they fall victim and the fake pastors will start taking advantage of them. You see, we have to wise up. There is no love charm anywhere. If it is all these men we are seeing, no, not another breed of men that God just creates. This breed of men we have, it is respect and honor that kills them. You understand? When you respect a man, you honor him, you give him peace of mind, you respect him. You're not trying to take his freedom. You're not trying to take the headship from him. You don't need any love charm. You understand me? The more we see all those things, the more we sensitize you guys so that you will know that Jesus is Lord. Know him for yourself. It is well with you. Thank you, guys.